We
Testing.
should be live again.
Hmm. Oops. There he is. Hey, me. Hey, you.
Now, did that fix anything?
I don't know. Crossed over like John Edwards.
I need to talk. Okay, how's my setting?
Oh, he is?
Still echoing. All right.
You teach him.
I will fix this once and for all. You want to put that TV up a minute?
We up? We got four watching.
All right, how's it? How we doing now? I don't hear nothing. All right, how we doing? No echo, doing good? Can you hear me? You speak, JT. Well, I can't hear JT in my headphones. All right, how's that? Nope. Why don't I hear JT? Oh, this is getting ridiculous, guys. Gonna be hard to have a conversation with JT when I can't hear him.
Kind of one sided. Still not here?
Still no here.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I can't hear
Hmm.
him. Okay, there we go. Now I got you.
Oh, did you figure it out?
Yep.
Oh, good. Hey, everybody.
All right, if they can hear me, you can hear you. We can talk and we can get on with this dog and pony show.
Still Dylan's fault, damn it.
Light a bowl, have a beer, have a soda pop, do something, kick back, and make fun of us.
Anybody else in there? Where did it go? That's why. Oops. Hell of a day.
How's that?
Now you look all real professional.
I don't want to look professional. I hate to admit it, but I think it might be time for some kind of newer gear.
Uh-oh.
But so anyway, what's happening in the news today? What did I see today?
Ah, had a helicopter fall out of the sky.
Yeah, helicopter fall out of the sky. I heard he's taking the tariffs up to what, maybe 143 now.
Could be. He's at 125 on China.
Yeah, he was, but I heard something about 143 possibly by tomorrow.
Nick says you're still low on your mic, Jim.
I'm still low. Why am I low? That's all I can turn it up.
Uh, hmm. Only other thing, did your noise cancellation set too high?
I'm
Yep,
checking.
there's Cheryl. Wow, that's you switch microphones?
No.
Now there's not much of an echo.
Well, you're
Huh.
hearing a different mic than they are.
That's the problem. I think the mic I'm hearing's trying to be in control over the two.
Well, I've picked this mic for online, and I've picked this mic for you.
Oh,
But I'm getting an echo now in my headphones.
well, I'm getting it too. Why was you did your noise cancellation?
No, I've turned everything low.
Yeah.
Well, Kelly says we sound good now.
Okay,
All right, so I'm not
maybe.
gonna mess with it.
Okay. Howdy, everybody, again.
Howdy, everybody, again. Holy shit! You think I never done this before?
I'm thinking you may not be you.
I may not be me. Maybe that pod person took over while I was down the hardware store.
Well, Nick says you're good now as far as volume. Hey, Devin, Brett, everybody.
Uh, oh goodness. Yeah, so I heard this week that the Dems are now mad that oil's dropping.
Yeah, they were hoping it would stay high. Hell, they're trying to sue to get the green industry back up and running. Sorry,
Well,
president said no.
we've only got proof that it doesn't work.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. You raise a stink over people trying to audit and find out where the money's going, and then they complain about somebody checking on where the money's going.
But it's getting. I was listening to Nick Fuentes today, and he was saying that it's getting borderline treasonous now. What they could call treasonous. What we call treasonous is long gone. They've crossed that line years ago.
Yeah, but I wonder what they think is active treason. Firing the crazy woman over there is supposed to be representing us at NATO for not doing her job.
Yeah,
No, well, merit based military, you know how that goes.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do. Well, not fortunately. I was proud to serve. I had a good time. Wished I'd stayed in, but
Yeah, they didn't have time to collect all of it up and left a little trail.
it's great.
I think the aliens are next week, Cheryl. Well, they're planning on ramping up their protests and shit.
Now, what's this 420? Not the marijuana reference, but something about protest boycotting the government on 420.
The deal I saw talk about was martial law on
Oh
420.
yeah, that's what it was. Martial law was supposed to go into effect. Where'd this come from?
I don't know. They want us to believe he's a fascist dictator, and they're just setting up a scare for the libs that aren't having a good time with their little protests.
Because I've been keeping up, not as much as I should probably, but I've been keeping up with Trump, and I haven't heard anything insinuating that martial law is coming.
No, you know, they told him that the military is ready there down in Panama just in case you need to go ahead and push the Chinese on out.
Yeah, but that ain't martial law. That's an armed
Huh.
response.
Yeah, or what do they call it? The Monroe Doctrine, I believe, is what he's be using. See, that's what chaps their ass are playing Obama's game.
Yeah,
Obama went and dig through the archives to find old laws that haven't been used, and we'll just start attacking people with them.
yeah. When we want to use laws, well, that's an old law. Who was it that was running their mouth the other day on TV? That coming across the border illegally is only a civil matter. It's not a crime.
That sounds like Crockett.
It wasn't Crockett. It was.
It was
Oh,
had to be
oh.
somebody just as stupid.
Yeah, it was just like her. Yeah. Oh,
So
I
that'd
can't
be it.
remember who it was. But yeah, they were advocating hard for, stop Trump, stop Trump. We can't kick these people out. They have rights. No, they don't.
Well, thank you, Nick. I needed to know that
Oh, you know why? I'm on Top Chat. Why is that even an option?
to confuse you.
Now I can see what you're talking about because I can see all of chat now.
Oh,
Apparently, Nick's comments weren't Top Chat.
oh, no. Gotta get on the live chat.
Got to be in with the cool kids in the live section. Oh yeah, they're still screaming about Social Security. They're cutting Medicaid, Social Security.
Yeah, but you know, look where they're getting their information from.
It doesn't matter where they get it from. It's who they're telling.
Yeah.
They're
Oh
telling the
hell,
crazy crackpots.
yeah. And they live in the echo chamber, so it gets bigger and bigger snowballs. That and stop it with the damn stimulus check.
Oh my God. My mother calls me one more time about that. We're not getting one. Stop. Anytime you see that, they just want you to click on there. They're gonna con somebody into punching in their information. And if they don't scam you, they flood you with calls and emails.
Oh, apparently, old Moochie's podcast didn't take off like they thought it was going to.
No. Should we start a GoFundMe for him? I mean, I feel bad.
We'll run it through the committee. But they did do something, a couple of things good. The SAVE Act has passed the House, and the No Rogue Rulings Act, restricting the federal judges'
Yes.
lower courts. Yeah. What part of that did they not understand? As a lower court, you have nothing. You can't tell the president to do anything, you know? And
Yeah,
then
that's.
there's New York, and somebody else was going to sue over the Venezuelans again. That the Supreme Court told them that the president has the authority to remove them from our country. And the only thing I could see that they would hope on is that would make it where we have to take him to the world court.
We're already. Zelensky's taking him to the World Court.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's going to
No.
sue for us drawing away our weapons and money. Yeah, he thinks he has a right to our money and technology.
Yeah. Well, I remember old saying. I used to hear it a lot. You can wish in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up first.
That's it. Yeah, I heard that this morning. That's just sheer fucking audacity.
Yeah. But they planned before the election and they told everybody that we're going to do everything we can to keep his agenda from going through,
Well,
making
yeah,
it.
you're right. They did say it.
And to me, that sounds kind of treasonous or sedition.
See,
Falls under one of the two.
we need to reestablish the meaning of treason because it's. I don't know if it means what we thought it meant anymore. Because a lot of people are doing it.
Yeah. But you got to straighten out the courts first.
That is true. I did. I don't know how hard it is to be a judge. To just be neutral. Just know your place. If you can't be neutral, step down.
Yeah. Like the umpire. All you're doing is
Exactly.
calling balls and strikes and everything else. No.
Yeah. And it's evident when you're not. Come on. Yeah, some of the shit they pulled on Trump. Really, you're telling me that you don't think we see what you did?
Yeah, well, apparently so, because if they had any conscience, little Adam Schiff wouldn't be trying to pull his crap.
I crack that up to just stupidity. He's one of them stupid idiots that's just skirted by on the seat of his pants his whole life.
Yep. And the ones that are causing the big stinks, they've never had a job in their life.
Well, that's it. That's why I've always advocated for if you're going to represent the state of Maine, you're going to get the state of Maine salary. You're going to live like I live. Now make decisions about how you're going to run my state.
Well, that, and they got to remember they're not going up there just to write laws. They're to keep idiot laws from passing.
Exactly. But if they paid taxes like I do, if they had to buy their own damn insurance, well, you know, work supplies insurance, but you got to pay. If they, if
Yeah.
if politicians were treated as a job, just like you, laws would be different. You would be
Well,
paying
like,
40% in taxes.
yeah, I'd prefer the older days where they only were up in D.C. 3 months out of the year.
But they don't even need to do that now. What are we doing right here?
That's the problem. You can't have that. It says that the votes have to be made on the floor in person.
Okay, so we vote every th- uh, we vote quarterly. We bring it to Washington 4 times a year. That's it.
You know,
Emergency votes pending.
yeah, but that's basically how we wound up with income tax and the Federal Reserve. They pulled it on the last minute. Everybody met down in Jekyll Island, and people weren't in Washington, D.C. when the vote was held and it passed.
But see, this would solve that because it all depends on him passing the one bill issue or one issue bill rather.
Yeah.
If we get that passed, then you can just say, okay, we want we want this money for the shelters. We want this money for Ukraine. We want this over here. But that stuff can wait until we vote in 3 months. You don't have this depending on that. We got to pass it because this is in there. Or if you
Yeah.
don't pass it, you don't like them because that's in there.
Yeah.
We don't have to wait for an emergency. If you need an emergency vote, we'll have an emergency vote on a security network. It could be rewritten. There's no reason to be back and forth up in a jet all the time. And then if you got to, you fly in business. I won't make you fly coach, but business anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. They think they've turned themselves into royalty in their mind is what they've done.
When in fact they were supposed to be servants. But I mean, like I keep saying, we can rant and rave here all we want. How are we gonna get them to see it?
You know, get those people on our side to make them see it. You know,
Well, that's how we won the vote. So
the
it
shit.
is a
You
growing
know,
movement.
more and more people always are waking up. But the other side, was it somebody was still espousing that what was it, Project 2025?
Oh, again.
Yeah, they never let it go.
Wow. I don't worry about important things that much.
Uh,
I think his Tesla stuff is helping us too. Because that's woke a lot of people. I've been reading comments here and there on videos. It's like, okay, little out of touch here. What does it do to rub your ass on somebody's car? I don't know what message you're sending other than I'm kind of a pervert, maybe?
Maybe.
Thank you. Well, then maybe, Cheryl, we'll do what our mothers always told us. Let's give him something to cry about.
That wouldn't be hard to do.
We're getting pretty good at it. Seems so. All we have to do is have certain people in our party just wake up and take a breath. I mean,
Yeah.
that seems to wreck a lot of their days.
Yeah, hell, even some of the rhinos. Cause see, there's still a whole bunch of them up there too.
Oh, yes.
What? The Supreme Court has ordered that Trump administration must return the suspected MS-13 gang member who was deported to El Salvador.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it's time to go ahead and put on Andrew Jackson coat and tell him, come make me.
But now this person needs to sit down in front of a panel and explain why.
Yeah,
Why
because,
should
what
he
was,
come in and Derek Chauvin's still in jail?
yep. But that guy that they're crying about was a known MS-13 gang member 6 years ago, and the judge let him out.
But that's what I'm saying. He's a scumbag. It's not like we picked you out of a schoolyard. You're not a
Yeah.
straight A student. You don't work at the nursing home. No.
In the first ones I heard about it, they said that they got him because of a tattoo he was wearing.
Yeah,
Although it's gang affiliate tattoo, but
but that shit puts you on a watch list. You know it. You get over it. That's your right. You can do it, but you're gonna pay. You're gonna have to deal with what it brings.
yep. Oh, and they're all upset with Christy Nome.
Now what'd she do? Kill another dog?
No, she's showing up and doing selfies and standing in front of people that do actual jobs and stuff.
Oh,
Whoa, whoa, Nick, you and Cheryl need to get a room.
wow. Just go easy on the kid, Cheryl. Yeah, I couldn't believe that. Zelensky wants to take Trump, sue Trump for withdrawing his weapons and money. So by all rights, I should be able to sue, say, Dylan because he doesn't come up and get my coffee.
Yep.
It's just as stupid. What possible right do I have to expect that? What else is he gonna do this week?
This week's about to wind down.
Oh, he's still got a day to do something.
That's true. And I don't know if they even got a full week of business next week because
Was
that's
it?
Passover.
Yeah, wasn't he gonna go on a golfing trip or something? They were all
Oh
up
my
in
God.
there. He's gonna take a vacation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty happy the way it's going, and I'm pretty tickled the way they're putting the boots to Maine.
Yeah. Well, I want to see him move in there to Illinois.
At this point, is it worth it?
Oh, it would be fun. And Orange Oompa Loompa has always been one of my pet peeves. Mayor or governors tell them, "Come on in. We'll help you change your name."
Ridiculous.
Oh, the more they keep looking, the more they're finding out how big of a setup job January 6th was.
If only somebody would have said something.
Yeah.
But the problem is that goes so deep. It covers so many people.
Yeah. And that one would be treason
Well, that's
because
what we
trying,
would call treason.
yeah,
Because
overthrowing the government.
apparently calling our adversary and saying, "Hey, don't worry, we'll let you know if he's going to do anything. We've got the
Yeah.
codes." That
Oh,
should
when
have
they
been.
were, huh,
No,
do
go
what?
ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, yeah, China was kicking back and told them that we're just not going to be taking as many movies as we used to. So we don't like the movies either.
Not really. But I don't see. There are okay. I guess there's a few things that we really depend on China for, but really, you're telling me that we can't make do here? It's really not the end of the world, people. You don't get the cheap toys for Christmas. Sorry,
Yeah, shit.
but I mean the way they were going anyway, it, my prices were climbing daily under the Biden administration. So I'd rather pay that money and support American manufacturing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll all work out. I think suffer now, reap the benefits later. That's like all this tariff bullshit. I don't think we should pause. I think we should hold firm. I think we should push forward and just stomp it a deal. It has to be done. It has to be done now.
Yep.
And by this time next year, we'll know where we stand in the world.
Mm. The president was giving them a heads up You have no idea of the weapons that we have.
He likes making them comments, though.
Yeah. Well, he's got to see what they've got at DARPA.
But he just likes being the bully, and that's what we need right now.
It's not that he's being a bully. The dude's being a businessman. He comes from the strong point, a strong place.
Yeah, but I still think he's a bully to some of these little countries. But he's
Well, he
got a
took it easier.
well, okay. Bully's not the right word, I guess.
Huh.
He's a very loud, subjective uncle. You know,
Well, he is like the president of the United States.
a very
So, you know,
successful one.
yeah. And hell, it's been just a little under 100 days.
Unbelievable.
That and that little fucking Topo Gijo looking piece of shit, Fauci, come out to run his head again, threatening a new disease. Yeah. If you threaten somebody, don't they usually come and talk to you?
Yeah.
'Cause there's a couple of them. It's not just him. You got that Peter Hotez down there at the University of Texas.
I just want to know why Fauci even dares to put his face out there. I'd be laying low hoping the world forgot about me. Hitler did it. Maybe I can. Let's move, honey.
Hadn't seen any follow up on that one. About him with Hitler having to go gone to Argentina.
Yeah. I believe it. I mean, I always thought it was Brazil, but
Mm,
I think that's what the world
mm,
was led to believe. But
mm.
what's that? Wow. So who was talking? Maybe it was you telling me they got that big drug bust.
Oh, yeah, one yesterday. Yeah, I didn't read up on it. 500 and some odd $1 million worth of coke.
Oh, I would like to hear the conversation in the office when they say, "Hey, Jefe, they just took our shipment."
Yeah, but in a situation like that, do, do you think if they had like more that they were wanting to get here, they couldn't lose this little bit over here
That's true.
and redirect them? You know, like running down the highway, having a decoy car for them to pull over so the big truck can go down the road.
Yeah, but I'd give you $10 million worth of coke, not 500. Damn, I just had to fathom them numbers. I'd like to see the reaction. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, because you got the president of Mexico working with the cartels, you know. But I
I
want to know.
what's that?
Oh, I just like to know how much of our equipment they've got out of Ukraine.
Uh, I don't know if we'd ever know.
Hmm.
I don't think they've kept the books right. I think they've fudged everything.
Yeah, because
Eh,
what was it here a couple of months ago? They were saying at least half of the weapons were sold.
well, wasn't it? Well, it was beginning of last year, I guess it was. Now they found rocket launchers registered to Ukraine and on the border down here with the
Yep.
cartel. Not to mention how all that shit we left in Afghanistan. That's making its way around the world.
Yep.
God, I just don't know how that stuff made sense. You look back at all the shit that they did, they wanted to do, and they kept advocating for. How does
Yep.
it all make sense?
How many people started putting on there? I stand with China.
Uh, then go to China. I think I'd even let the government pay a ticket.
I just kick them out the door.
No, I'll give them a cordial bye. See you later. Don't come back. It's about time you start just accepting, not accepting, appreciating what you have here.
Yeah.
You may not
Explain
have
to us.
everything you want, but you have everything you need.
Yeah, and a right to pursue
Everything
acquiring
you
it.
want. Yeah. But, I look at my life. I am right where I put myself. Granted, I mean, there's been a few crossroads that I've had no choice. Got to go right but
Giving
for
away
the
will
most
turn.
part, yeah, but for the most part, I'm right where I put myself. And fortunately, I'm right where I want to be. I stopped looking at life at what am I going to gain, and now I appreciate what I've done. But anyway,
Oh,
unless you got anything else to add, maybe we'll wrap this up and save these poor people the torment.
yeah, I think that's about it. I'm not scanning anything of real interest.
Nah, it's been pretty slow today. I mean, the typical I hate Trump, I hate Elon. He's evil, he's going to burn the country down. Oh my God, the stock market's going back up. That's bad.
How dare they?
It's going to destabilize the market. It's not fair. All right, guys, I think we're going to end this up and go hang out with the cool kids in Chuck's room.
Yep.
So join us there, and most of us there, we all know it. So I'm not going to
Yep.
put a link. God bless. Say a prayer for America.
Stay classy.